All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our September edition of Multi-Cloud Happenings. September has been a fantastic month, especially for those of you that have heard about the Cloud World announcements or were even at Cloud World. I hope you enjoyed Cloud World. It was pretty exciting for me. There was lots of buzz around there. And so Suzanne and I thought this would be a great opportunity to highlight one of the announcements and then also talk about what we really have as a multi-cloud solutions at Oracle. So today we are going to talk about Oracle and the Amazon Web Services strategic partnership. So this is really exciting. So, hi, my name is Tammy Bednar, and I'm a product manager, and I focus on our Exadata database services, our base database services, and multi-cloud as well. And joining me is Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hey Tammy, let's just count how many times we say at Azure instead of at AWS.
Or something else.
Right.
Oh, goodness. So anyway, so it's really exciting. And by the way, if you have any questions, please post those in Q&A and we'll be more than happy to answer them during the webcast. If we have time, maybe we can let you talk lively or live or whatever. But anyway, let's get started. So first of all, I think this is very important to talk about our safe harbor statement this time because AWS, this is a brand new announcement. And so we're going to bring you the information that we know right this minute. And of course, this is our general product direction. So we're intended to provide information to you, cannot incorporate anything we say into the contract. And of course, everything is subject to change. So just FYI, wanted to give you that update. So we're doing the best to give you the latest information to begin with. So on September 9th, the first day of Cloud World, Larry announced our new partnership with Amazon Web Services. And we're really excited about working with AWS. And as you can see, if you want to read the full announcement, there is a bit.ly link at the bottom. By the way, I have lots of links in this webcast. So after the webcast today, I will be uploading a PDF of these slides into the Ask Tom area, and you can access the PDF and access those links as well. But if you want to go see that, you can go take a look at this announcement. So we're really excited to add AWS as another partner into Oracle's multi-cloud strategy. So with this AWS strat, oh, you were taking over here, Suzanne. Sorry, I'm just on a roll this morning. So
Okay. I was
hey, Suzanne,
thinking, carry
why
on.
don't you, why don't you take us through what we know about this AWS new partnership?
Definitely. Thank you so much. So, as you can see here, what we're doing once again, as we did previously for Oracle Database at Azure, and I can say that in this context, is that we're bringing to you, in this case, autonomous database on dedicated infrastructure, as well as Exadata Database Service on dedicated infrastructure. So what that means is we're actually delivering the X9M hardware into the AWS data center to enable you to develop and actually migrate your databases, possibly on premises today as Oracle. And you may have already chosen for AWS as your strategic cloud provider. And therefore, you can then bring your Oracle databases into the cloud and have this beautiful coexistence with your AWS services. For example, such as Amazon SageMaker for AI or Amazon Bedrock for generative AI, and the usual Amazon services, Lambda, EC2, etc., and use them with the Oracle database services as well. We'll go into a little bit more detail later on what those database services offer. Thank you, Tammy. Next slide. So while our whole strategy here is why we're doing this is because we want to provide you as a customer choice. We want to enable you to have this rich ecosystem of your AWS services that you prefer to use with the OCI services that you may wish to use in combination as well. And therefore, we're bringing the Oracle database into AWS data centers to enable that. And we will go through and provide some little bit sneak preview on what that means and what it can look like. But as Tammy said, we do have safe harbor attached to this today. So we are very, very limited in the details that we can provide because these details obviously are subject to change. But we can give you an idea about the commercials and the intention that we will lead with this. So the idea is that we're leveraging your existing skills as an Oracle DBA that have all these skills already from maintaining and running your on-premises databases. And you've also got a rich knowledge of the AWS services as well. And we're combining that to enable you to actually run the Oracle Autonomous Database Service on dedicated infrastructure as well as Exadata Database Service on dedicated infrastructure in AWS. And that enables you to really develop this rich modernization of your applications because you can now have this complete free reign of development in any direction you wish to go with your favorite and preferred database as well. And with the fact that we're delivering it into the data center provides this low latency between your data and the application with the data plane in AWS and having your analytics tiers as well. So it's really enabling you to enhance your applications and modernize them, like I previously said. And you can do this with this combination of AWS AI and generative AI as well, with the new features of Database 23 AI, like vector search and so forth. Next slide, please, Tammy. So the idea behind this is just as we've done before with Oracle Database at Google Cloud and Oracle Database at Azure, is that we have the Exadata Database Service, an autonomous database on dedicated infrastructure with its full capabilities. It's no different. It's exactly the same service that runs in OCI. It will enable you to, for the first time, use RAC in combination with your AWS applications and the richness of the 23 AI features as well, which I'll touch on later in the presentation. We're going to go GA in AWS regions, and we'll disclose that as we go nearer to GA prior to December this year. We've got a seamless experience that we're offering you once again. It's native AWS console and native API experience. And in this case, we're actually enabling S3 storage for backup locations as the default. And you've got therefore one place for monitoring, operations, and billing as procured on the AWS marketplace. And you can leverage both AWS and Oracle database skills as well. So the programs and support that we're bringing to you are leveraging your existing investments. We have the AWS private pricing agreements and database EULA or bring your own license, as well as your Oracle support rewards. So those tenants are available in all the other ACT platform as well. So in other words, at Azure or at Google Cloud. And like those platforms, we're also bringing you in the Oracle database at AWS collaborative support as well. Next slide, please, Tammy. So let's talk a little bit about the actual database services themselves. So the current portfolio is offered as part of the Oracle database at AWS, like I previously said, is Oracle Database Dedicated and Oracle Exadata Database Service. We will also be having a very, very fast-moving roadmap, and we'll be able to disclose which other services you will be able to bring you as well. But we will be validating things like MAA, HA, as well as zero downtime migration in the future, in the near future as well, to give you this full this full capability as we do with Azure and at Google Cloud as well. So both of these database services are built on Exadata engineered systems with elastic resources and pay-as-you-go billing. And you're going to get the built-in AI with 23 AI vector support, as I said, and that enables you to have this built-in low code for Apex as well. And from a database perspective, the versions that will be supported for both of these flavors will be 19C and 23 AI. So let's just go through briefly the differences between the two. So you've got the autonomous database dedicated. So you get fully managed capabilities from provisioning, patching, upgrades, backup, HRDR, and hardware refreshes. It's built on the Exadata engineered system with elastic resources, as I said before. And with ExaDBD, on the other hand, it's a co-managed. So autonomous is fully managed, self-managing, self-repairing. ExaDBD, as we call it for short for Exadata Database Service, is a co-managed database service, which gives you the liberty to actually manage as you see fit. And it's ideal for all workloads, mission critical, or development environments. But it requires full isolation from security and performance as well. So you're not going to be getting any noisy neighbors. So Exadata Database Service combines the Oracle database with Exadata and really delivers the simplicity, the elasticity, and economics as a cloud-based deployment, enabling consolidation and reducing costs. And you can use as a pay-per-use software licensing as well. And it has these wonderful features in it where we can actually utilize the powerful cloud automation, enables them to manage the service with minimal effort, while it still provides you the full access to the database instances, homes, and grid infrastructure as well. So it's built in using scale-out design with unique optimizations for transaction processing, analytics, and mixed workloads. So we say it really is suitable for all workloads. Okay, next slide, please, Tammy. So this is the commercial slide that I was referring to before, where we're just giving you an insight into what we're going to be offering. It's going to be a marketplace procurement process as we have with the other cloud service providers. And it's going to be based on consumption commitment. So for those of you already familiar with AWS, you have your AWS PPA, and that enables you to use these benefits and burn down your commitment as well. So we've got SKU-based licensing, bring your own licensing, or EULA. And the pricing will be discountable as we have for the other Oracle database app platforms, and it's negotiated with Oracle sales. But there's no discount transfer from existing agreements. So you will have a new negotiation process, if you will, with your Oracle sales. But despite it being negotiated with Oracle sales, it will be a one-stop shop with one unified bill, metered hourly, billed monthly, and therefore you only have to deal with the transaction through the marketplace. And then we behind the scenes do all the clever stuff with the Oracle sales rep and unifying everything to deliver you one bill at the end. And this is all done as a private offer. This is what we're offering on the AWS marketplace. Next slide, please, Tammy. Okay, so just to talk briefly about why you would want to do this, because you would bring your Oracle database into the cloud, and you could actually modernize your applications. You can modernize your mission critical workloads, but also your development environments, develop new applications with more flexibility, choice, and control. And these AWS service capabilities as well will connect to the Oracle database that they usually would expect to see with that same low latency natively. So with 23 AI, we've got a lot of goodness in this release. I'm not going to go through all the features, but we've mentioned the AI vector search. And vectors are what they basically are. These are the large string of numbers that are produced from different kinds of data, like, for example, documents, images, or text. And it's used to basically help AI deep learning models. And for something that, you could take, for example, a painting by Picasso and transform that into a list of numbers. And therefore, it's like, to actually conform that into some AI sense of logic. And these vectors are very, very, very crucial to enabling this semantic search as well, because this is what's used behind the entire essence of it. So it's a fantastic structure that captures the meaning of the data, enables you to use it in different methods in the business world or in various types of outlets in the world today. Whether, as I said, we just provide an example with art, but you can use it from imaging to business decisions to everything. So it's becoming very prevalent today. And this is built in. It's not like something ad hoc that we just add onto the database. For years and years, we've been using machine learning algorithms within the database. And we're just encapsulating all of that with this AI capability that we've brought in this release. So on that note, what you can do is you can now build and modernize your applications. So for example, you may want to do scalable microservices, and you can do that with your choice of development tools as well across AWS and with the Oracle database features. So for example, something that we have within 23AI is JSON relational duality. And this is a new data modeling capability that enables us to have these updatable and consistent JSON documents, which has a view over relational data. So what it does, it allows data that's stored efficiently in relational tables to be accessed as simply as JSON documents as well. And this JSON relational duality views can be accessed on document APIs. You can use it on MongoDB compatible APIs, REST and SQL. And it's a wonderful feature within 23AI that transforms this capability and decouples that access format from the storage format for database resident data. So this is something that's very, very unique for us. And it's a big game changer within 23AI. And unlike document databases, JSON relational duality views have allowed the same underlying data to be consistently shared and updated in different locations. So that was just an example. It's given you a lot of flexibility. And there's certain presentations that we do all the time over the Rich Features 23AI, which I urge you to check out. And this enables you to now use these features with your AWS applications. Next slide, please, Tammy.
Oh,
We've done
we
one.
already did. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Backwards.
There we go.
Okay. So as I mentioned before, you've probably chosen AWS as your strategic uh, cloud service provider, and you have Oracle databases, and you want to move these databases from on-premises and migrate them into Oracle database at AWS. So we have a very, very detailed, structured process for you and lots of support from whether you're planning the migration. In other words, you need to identify your sources and your targets, your prioritization over your business and technical planning and so forth, and how you're going to actually plan that in phases and the grouping that you're going to actually construct to move those database across. And we have some free planning tools enabling you to do that. And then in the preparation phase, this is where we're talking about really understanding what the impact is going to be when you are migrating. So we have Oracle Real Application Testing, and we can therefore simulate these migrations and respond to any exceptions before we actually do the actual migration. So Oracle Real Application Testing is very cost effective and easy to use because it's a proactive performance management solution that enables you to really fully assess the outcome of a system change in test or production, but especially useful for migration as well. Like some of the features that you can use, for example, you can capture and replay workloads between autonomous databases or between a non-autonomous and autonomous database. So if you're going from on-premises, which obviously is a non-autonomous database, and you want to know the impact of going to autonomous database in Oracle database at AWS, this is a very, very useful tool. And then we've got the actual execution itself, where we're actually executing the migration. So we're backing up the source database, we're copying the source to the target, and therefore we need to capture the ongoing changes and apply those. And in order to do that, our most favored method is the zero downtime migration tool. And this is an installable tool that provides you a simplified and automated migration experience. It provides zero to negligible downtime for the production system, and it will take you through. I'll take you through this in the next slide. So let's go through it. Tammy, next slide, please. So just to talk about it in a little bit more detail, as I've said, it's extremely useful for this type of scenario because we're going to be mostly migrating from on-premises deployments. It can do cloud deployments as well. And Oracle Database Enterprise and Standard editions are supported too, with rack one node and single instance, as well as non-CDB or CDB databases, which is going to be very useful if you didn't have a CDB database enabled on premises. Let's hope you do in the majority, but this is a very valuable tool. So it really supports a wide range of database versions, and as the name implies, it can achieve zero downtime migration as well. And it follows the maximum availability architecture, which is MAA principles. And by how we achieve that is because we incorporate products like Golden Gate and DataGuard to ensure high availability and online migration workflow. We've got two types, a physical migration and a logical. And the logical is more flexible because it enables you to go across database versions as well, OS as well, and any in-flight upgrades. So it has a great amount of features in. It's very simple to use, single button approach. It has rich features, such, for example, such as audit trails. You can do migrations in parallel. You can resume it. You can do a dry run option. So I would urge you to go and check it out if you've never done so before. And if you are looking at Oracle Database at AWS, it really is the migration tool you need to look at. And as I said earlier, this is ZDM is something we will absolutely be validating once we go GA with Oracle Database at AWS. So I'm going to hand back to you now, Tammy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Suzanne. So that was a great overview of what we know about AWS. Hopefully that gives you some ideas of what is coming, and we're really excited to work with you on this multi-cloud solution with AWS. Now, I briefly want to talk to you about all our different multi-cloud solutions because we now have a number of different ones. And what I'm really excited about is because it allows you to run your workloads where you need them, connect to the applications that you want. So this is just kind of a reminder of everything we've talked about over the past 2 to 3 years, and where to find some information on it. So Oracle's multi-cloud solutions, we have a number of them, starting with the Oracle Interconnect for Azure. And this basically at a high level gives you the ability to run the Oracle database in OCI. And you can run any of the Oracle database services, such as the Exadata Database Service, in public cloud, also our new Exadata database service on exascale infrastructure as well, our base DB, and also the autonomous database services. And then you can have a interconnect that goes over between the data centers of Oracle and Azure and connect to the applications that you're wanting to run. Now, in order for this to have lower latency, we do have certain regions. So there is a link to the OCI Azure Interconnect information, and then also the regions in which this is located in. Then we have the Oracle database at Azure. We announced this back at the end of 2023. And this is where we have our co-located services within the Azure regions. And today we have the Exadata database service on dedicated, the autonomous database serverless. We also just added our recovery service within Azure as well. So there's a link to the documentation in the regions in which this solution is available in. Next, we go to Google Cloud, Oracle Interconnect for Google Cloud. That was announced earlier this year. Again, just like the Azure Interconnect, this gives you the ability to run any of our OCI database cloud services in OCI and interconnect with a very wide bandwidth network link over to the Google Cloud regions and be able to run the Google applications within the Google Cloud. Here is a link to the documentation on the Interconnect for Google Cloud, as well as a blog. And within that, they'll give you the links to the regions of where this interconnect is available with Google Cloud. Then at Cloud World, we also just announced the Oracle database at Google Cloud, where we are co-locating again our database services within Google Cloud's data centers to be able to lower the latency between the applications that you're running in Google Cloud. As far as the architecture with the at Azure, at Google Cloud, It's very similar where we have the co-located in the regions, and then we're using Azure and Google Cloud's networking architecture to connect from your applications into the databases running on our services. At Oracle Database at Google Cloud, once again, we have our Exadata Database Service on dedicated, which is our public, just the same, it's the exact same service as we have in OCI, as well as our autonomous database serverless as well. So here's a link to the documentation on the at Google Cloud. We are now currently in 4 regions, and that is to be expanded over the next 6 months to a year. Then finally, of course, if you want to read just like in the beginning, here's a link that is announcing our AWS strategic partnership announcement, also announced at Cloud World this year. So as you can see, this has been a very exciting year with expanding our multi-cloud solution. And again, I'm really excited in talking with many of our customers this year that gives them that ability to run the workload wherever they need it. And we are more than happy to talk to you about any of these solutions. You could reach out to myself or Suzanne or to your account team. Again, more than happy to talk to you about these solutions. Also for you are some reference architectures that we've been working on over the past few months. And here again, you can see we have a couple of reference architectures utilizing a solution using the Oracle Interconnect for Azure, where you can build Azure DevOps CI/CD pipelines with Oracle-based database service and the Oracle Exadata Database Service. Then under Oracle Database at Azure, there's a reference architecture that talks about the networking topology, designing a multi-cloud DR solution with Oracle Database Service at Azure or for Azure. And then there's perform cross-regional disaster recovery for Exadata database on Oracle Database at Azure. We also have an integration solution or reference architecture that's integrating with OCI Golden Gate, and then also being able to create a modern platform with Oracle Database Azure, Golden Gate, and Azure itself, Azure applications. Under the Oracle Interconnect for Google Cloud, here is a reference architecture. It kind of gives you an overlook or an overview of that interconnect with Google Cloud. And then finally, Oracle Database at Google Cloud. We have 2 reference architectures, how to deploy the Oracle databases or the database services at Google Cloud, and also the networking architecture that is available at Google Cloud as well. So hopefully these will give you some ideas of how this multi-cloud solution works. Again, I will post a PDF version of this deck in the Ask Tom. You'll be able to access these links to see a lot of information. So we're so happy to bring you this information as well. So finally, I think I would just like, again, to summarize Oracle's multi-cloud solution that is bringing you the benefit of being able to innovate faster, because now you have lots of flexibility, lots of different options. Be able to migrate and modernize with simplicity and all with seamless operations. So we want to be able to let you innovate instead of having a lot of manual tasks, trying to figure out how to do this. We want to help you innovate with Oracle database services that are running in Azure, Google Cloud, and AWS. This is going to help you look at our Database 23AI, hopefully looking at that a lot faster, seeing all these great functionalities that Suzanne mentioned, and there's so much more to Oracle Database 23AI release, as well as that AI vector search capability. We're really excited about offering this capability. And then, of course, I've heard a lot about building microservices this year from our developer community, and we want to help you build those solutions really fast for your business. Then migration, Suzanne just talked about how to easily migrate those Oracle database workloads where you need them, whether it is from on-premises into OCI or into our multi-cloud solutions on the Exadata and autonomous database services. We want to make it easy for you to migrate your data so you can start with your cloud journey or expand your modernization of your applications as well. Finally, we want to simplify this management operations. I mean, we already know that it's going to be quite challenging to manage your database um, anyway, right? Of all the different databases that you have. And we want to make it easy to help you move into this multi-cloud solution. We have the marketplace, being able to easily sign up for these services. We're simplifying your bill so you have a single bill to look at the cost of your consumption. You'll be able to leverage the Oracle database licenses within these multi-cloud solutions, running it on our database services. You're going to get the same benefits of running the Oracle database from a licensing perspective, where it's BYOL or license included. And you'll be able to leverage your skills. If you have skills on these other partner clouds and you have the Oracle database, now you'll be able to combine those and utilize those as well. So, and we're really excited, of course, the collaborative support from Oracle and our partners. I know there was a question out there about that. Thank you for asking your questions today. We really appreciate that. So that's what we have today. I want to thank all of you for joining us this month. Want to remind you that we do have an external Slack channel. If you'd like to join us, please join us on sign up for our Slack channel as well. That brings you the latest information. And we'll have a really cool chat bot out there called Ask Debbie. That can ask questions about our database CLI and how to use our commands. All right. So we have a few minutes left. I don't know if there's any last minute questions. Suzanne, any other questions or anything you want to add at this point?
No, I answered the last one. You'd answered the others while I was speaking just about the links for the reference architectures. And I provided a link to the architecture center and said we're going to upload the PDF with those in. But
Awesome.
you've answered the other questions. That was great. Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our session today. I know that Suzanne and I always enjoy bringing you this information every month. I hope you join us again next month when we talk about another multi-cloud happenings topic. If you have some topics that you would like to hear about from us, please reach out to myself or Suzanne. We'd be glad to bring those to you. And we're really excited about our journey together with multi-cloud. So, all right. Thank you, Suzanne. I think that will wrap it up for September.
I think so. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye now.